Okay, good morning, guys. While we're in the state of New Jersey, we're going to look at Seton Hall. Okay, Seton Hall is in South Orange, New Jersey, not too far from New York City and other cities that are in New Jersey. I decided I want to put this school down because it used to have one of my favorite basketball teams back in the day, and a lot of good people have come out of Seton Hall, and I know that there are a lot of great international students that have gone there and have had great experiences there. So we're going to jump to the iPad. We're going to jump into Seton Hall. We're going to see if you can put this on your list. So now I'm just reminding you, I'm giving you a list of schools that are, mid-range to high range. And Seton Hall is kind of heading up there. It's a pretty prestigious school. But if you have good grades and a will and a drive to succeed, I think Seton Hall may be a good choice for you. So I'll go in and we'll look at it. We'll look at what all the stats are for international students, tuition rates. We're going to do a little breakdown of South Orange and see what that town is about. And, we'll also go into a little bit of history of New Jersey while we're at it. All right. So stay tuned. We're going to jump on the iPad and come back.
All right. Once again, we're going to jump into this, talking about Seton Hall. Let's go into some of the specifics about Seton Hall. We will pull up information how we usually do, and my major source, I usually like U.S. News, because U.S. News gives a breakdown of all the schools here. Now, U.S. News says here that there are, in 2021, that there are about 9,881 students there. About 6,000 undergrad and I guess 3,000 graduate. They are NCAA Division I. 35% of students live on campus. Another thing to understand, that Seton Hall is about 14 miles from New York City. 14 miles from New York City, so that's a good thing. They have international students representing about 64 countries. All right. You can complete the application on the Common App. All right. Tuition is a whopping $48,960 per year, and that's not including housing and room and board. And the reason why I don't mention housing and room and board is because it kind of fluctuates depending on what you want, whether you want a single room, a double room, or whatever. So if you really want to have some realistic numbers, I would say at a $50,000 tuition note, I would allocate another $20,000 for room, board, and miscellaneous crap, stuff like that. So, and it is a rolling admissions. All right. But you know how I feel about rolling admissions when you're dealing with international students. There is no such thing. You need to get your application in as soon as possible. A 77% acceptance rate. All right. A 77% acceptance rate. Seton Hall is a private university. It's a private university. All right. And for international students, you could actually pay your tuition very easily through a site called paymytuition.com. And you could pay in a bunch of different languages and everything else. They want to make sure they're getting your money. All right. As always, make sure you go to internationalstudent.com to see what fees are, see what's available there in terms of what scholarships and grants are available. Another thing that Seton Hall does offer, and I did notice this the other day, is that Seton Hall does offer a variety of scholarships for international students as well as domestic students, which is pretty good. Now, when you're dealing with private schools, sometimes their funding and grant may be a little different than as compared to some of the state schools, but they do offer the same amount of scholarships for international students as they do undergrad students that are from America. So this is actually some good news here. These little things you got to look into. All right. They take SAT and ACT scores. And let's go into the international side here and see a bit more. Now, of course, you got to make sure that if you didn't go to school in an English language country, if you didn't go to an English medium school, you're going to have those test scores to prove that you do actually understand English and that you're able to complete the work. All right. They review your application holistically, considering your grades, recommendations, essay activities, and test scores. The average Seton Hall student has about a 3.4 GPA and an SAT of 1100, the old SAT, and 1170 new. All right. Students who submit the TOEFL in lieu of the SAT should have a 550 TOEFL, paper-based, 213 computer-based, or 79 internet-based. 6.0 IELTS score or a 100 Duolingo score. All right. Applicants who are academically qualified but have insufficient language proficiency as measured by the TOEFL or IELTS may gain provisional acceptance to the university with placement into Seton Hall's English as a second language program. So they have their own ESL program if you need to improve your English skills, which is actually pretty good. All right. And you can begin to study regular university coursework and transition into a degree-seeking program. So if your English is a little bit weak and you get like provisional acceptance, you can start in that program and work your way up. All right. And they also have a comprehensive ESL program, which is perfect for students looking to improve their English before beginning a degree program. So you can strengthen up on your English actually before you step into these programs. So there's a lot of support for international students. I actually kind of like this. All right. And I'm going to be honest, when I first looked at Seton Hall's website, I really wasn't feeling the way it was set up. I thought it was a little bit cumbersome, the website. But as I went through further, I realized that, it's a lot of good in it. And I think maybe I looked at when I was tired and I was just hitting the wrong buttons. All right. Student visas, we're dealing with the I-20 stuff. I'm not going to go over that every video. You know what it is. It says you should also contact the Office of International Programs for any other questions, comments. Let me hit this button. It says that it says that you've come to a page that doesn't exist. I don't know if they got kicked out or what. All right. But either way, the number's here or the email is there as well. All right. Another thing is, students admitted to the ESL program must submit a $250 tuition deposit before the application for I-20 will be reviewed. You can submit a tuition deposit online. Everything is online now. They want to make sure they can get your money. They don't want no excuses. So if you look here, here's tuition deposit new, $375. Housing deposit returning, $325. Tuition deposit freshman, $250. Tuition deposit transfer. And tuition deposit ESL student. So you could do all your things online, which makes it easy for you. All right. Have a few virtual open houses as well if you want to get in and figure like if this is the place for you. Now, mind you, South Orange is it's a nice town. It's a college town. However, you are close to New York City. So this is what I mean when I'm saying that you want to be, you have a small town feel, but the city's right there. I mean, you're 14 miles from NYC. I mean, you hop on the train, hop on the bus, and you're in the middle of the nonsense. You can go to New York City, do what you got to do, have fun, and then come right on back to good old South Orange, New Jersey. And that's the good thing about New Jersey, with it bordering New York City, because you'll find a lot of people work there and they just go back and forth and live in Jersey. Alrighty. I think we pretty much covered everything on here. And if you look on the sidebar here, you will see where, 1 second here. It sees, you could go through here. You see information for a campus video tour, finding your counselor, contacting admissions, investing in your future, understanding your financial aid package, scholarships. And it's pretty straightforward here. All right. Has a list of some scholarships that are available, but of course, we're not just waiting for them. We're going other places to find our scholarships, like internationalstudent.com and others that I will bring forth to you. Alrighty, so this week, that's what we're doing now. Seton Hall, looking at about $50,000 tuition per year, and add another $15,000 for room and board. Yep, 65, 70. I would say 70, 75, to be honest, covering everything. And you're rolling. Multiply that by 4 years. That's $300,000 in school. All right, that's $300,000 tuition. And if you go 5 years, you're looking at almost $450,000. You're looking at close to $500,000 tuition. We have to find money for you to get into these schools. Okay, no one has that money, or you're going to have these student loans, which are going to take care of you, take all your money, and just mess you up. and you have to give them your firstborn son. So check it out, Seton Hall. Let's get to it. Also, another thing, in terms of universities, ranked 137 in America. Private university ranked 137. It's not bad. But like I said, it's another option you can look at. Let me know what you think.
All right, we are back again. Hope you liked that presentation of Seton Hall. You have to excuse my background because I get so excited that I film no matter where I'm at. If I'm at a family member's house, if I'm visiting friends, I'm doing everything. So sometimes you notice that my background is not always my studio background. That's because I'm always on the run and I'm always doing videos for you guys to get it going. I try to pop out 2 a day for you guys. I want you to look at some of these schools that are going on and see what's there that's available for you, because many times you're not going to hear about them. You hear about the big name schools and and how to get in and things like that, but no one's ever bringing to you some of these mid-tier, mid-range schools that you could definitely get into. As well, I cover the big schools as well, but I want to kind of tap into schools that people kind of forget. All right, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. We'll be coming back more and more. Check in with us daily. We have about 2 schools daily that we're putting out. We're doing at least 10 schools a week. We're just running down the line and just, throwing them out 10, 15 minutes in length. And as always, any questions or if I made any mistakes or anything like that, please feel free to comment, send your feedback, and let me know what your experiences are in Seton Hall or any other schools you went to. All right.